The table indicates that the percentage of absentee candidates has also declined slightly compared to previous years. In 2016, we had as high as 2.7% of the children registering but not taking the examination. And this figure has gradually reduced, and this year we had 1.7%, or 12,819 who did not take the examination for various reasons. The performance of candidates by subject. We have compared the performance of candidates in the 4 subjects over the 2-year period, 2020 and 2019, in table number 3. The performance we have reported here at distinction, credit, and overall pass levels. The table, Honorable Minister, indicates that if you look at the column under 8 compared to the column in 2020 compared to the column 8 in 2019, you will see that there was an overall better performance by the candidates in the English language. The other 2, science and social studies, performance have remained quite comparable. And indeed, when you look at the distinction level for science, we are recording 10.9% of the children who are able to pass this subject with a distinction compared to 4.9% in the previous year, showing a remarkable improvement in 2020. It is mathematics where we noticed a slight decrease. Mama will compare also the subject performance by gender. We have on one side the males and the other side the females, and we are also comparing these at the distinction, credit, and pass, overall pass level. What is seen from the table is that the girls are better in English at all the 3 levels, at distinction, credit, and overall pass. The boys then perform better than the girls in the other 3 subjects of social studies with religious education, integrated science, and mathematics. Mama, as we have reported in previous years, the candidates' performance in English and mathematics tended to be a little poorer in questions that require them to have free expression or to apply concepts that they have learned to solve problems. Where the questions were a bit more direct and based on recall, the performance has been good. This has been the case for quite some time, meaning that teachers need to do a little bit more in getting the children to be able to apply concepts that they have learned in mathematics to solve simple day-to-day problems, and to have English as functional as possible. Examiners again reported that the children exhibited very good handwriting. Organized work was also presented even when the answers were not correct, but they presented very organized work. Mama, we now present the overall performance by division, which is shown in table number 5. We see that this year, 2020, the cumulative number of candidates who passed this examination in Division 1 is 11.1. This is 1 percentage point better than 2019, and that is quite significant. The overall pass levels are quite comparable, although many people expected that perhaps the performance was not going to be good, but we can see that the percentages, the other grades are quite comparable. Where there is a small difference, those differences are not statistically significant. In terms of numbers, we have 659,910 candidates who passed the P.L.E. this year, compared to 17,150. the previous year. Overall, therefore, Mama, more children have qualified to proceed with their education to the post-primary institutions than in previous years. And the rate of increase, because of the rate of the high registration, the rate of increase is also much, much higher. And so there will be many more children for whom the ministry will have to find places in the post-primary institutions. Mama, the grading at this level is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those have passed and qualify for P.L.E certificates. And then we have U, which is ungraded, meaning that those children who have been given that grade have not met the minimum requirements to be graded at Division 4. And we normally revise that. They go back and do the examination again. Mama, we have also compared divisional grades by funding in Table 6. We are comparing the candidates who went through the UPE and those that were in the non-UPE schools. Mama, these results are also similar to what we have seen before, that overall the UPE, the non-UPE children, though they are much fewer, they are less than half of the children who were in the UPE schools. Proportionally, in terms of percentages, they perform better than the UPE children. Most of the in the non-UPE schools, should be noted that most of these study in schools that are in urban areas. Most of the UPE schools are with the people in the rural areas. And studies that UNEB has conducted through its National Assessment of Progress in Education have consistently shown that learners in schools that are located in urban areas have been achieving at higher levels of proficiency than their peers in schools that are located in the rural areas. The reasons for this have been given. There are quite a number of them, but perhaps very significant is the fact that there is a higher level of parental involvement in the learning process in the urban areas than in the rural areas. And we think that this probably is responsible for the children in these schools doing better than those in the UPE schools, where we find much less parental involvement in the children's learning. Mama, we have also presented the performance by gender. We are comparing the overall pass levels in terms of gender, and we can see that proportionally the males have performed better than the females, and they have also recorded a lower failure rate than the females. We've also shown, Mama, performance of special candidate groups. The first are the inmates. The Uganda National Examinations Board assists the government through the prison service by maintaining an examination center.
Advertising your car, land or lost property has never been easier. In just a few easy steps, you can now book a classified advert in the New Vision or Bukedde newspaper